All right, welcome out to another episode of the Pirates Cove podcast. Is brought to you by GT Sports. This will be episode 90. I'm getting close to the 100. I've been working hard to try to get to that 100. I'm 10 away. Episode 90. It's the Thursday evening, and of course, the Pirates Cove is all about talking about the Rockport-Fulton High School, the Pirate and Lady Pirates sports. It's Rockport-Fulton sports, and so right now we've got basketball kind of season. The regular season had ended. It ended for the girls last week, I think, and it just ended for the boys. The boys will be in the playoffs, so we'll continue to cover them in the playoffs. See if they can make a deep playoff run. Soccer is about midway through right now for the boys and girls, so we still got the second round of the district coming up, and of course we got powerlifting for our boys and girls, and then the start of the season for softball and baseball has started. So a lot to talk about still for the next couple of months. And we'll start off here with our boys, our basketball boys. As I said, they had their final game here on the 14th. They traveled over to Sinton to play a tough Sinton team. The district has been competitive, very competitive this year, with Ingleside getting better, Sinton, Rockport, just a lot of tough teams. And so this was going to be the first game was a battle between both of these teams, right? I don't think both teams played their best game, or maybe they did, but I was, this last game I had a lot riding on. So of course Rockport wanted to go into Sinton and come home with the win. I knew there was going to be crowded on both sides, right? Sinton was going to have their crowd at home, and Rockport traveled pretty well, I'm sure, supporting the boys. Now, these teams met. The first meeting was on the 20th of January here in Rockport, where Sinton took the win over the RF Pirates 52-47, first district go around. So that was really close. So I was anticipating, a lot of people anticipating a good game, last regular game of the season. And it was a good one. Sinton came out with a 2-point win, taking the win over Rockport 63-61. So these teams were right close to each other. Could have gone either way in both games, but Sinton sweeps the series this year. Both teams will be in the playoffs. The Pirates, Rockport had already clinched the playoff spot before this game, so we'll wait and see who they will play. I think I saw something. I think they were going to play. I believe I saw either a Somerset or Pleasanton. I could be wrong on that. I just quickly at work saw something, but I don't think it was set in stone. Maybe it was. I need to go back here later on tonight and really take a look at all of the basketball playoffs, and of course I'll be putting up on the GT Sports poll. But I believe it wasn't set in stone as of this morning, but I think it's going to be either Pleasanton or Somerset. But I could be wrong. I'll double check. But those are two good teams. They've had a great season if you look at their record. So this game, if it's one of these two teams that Rockport will play, it definitely the first round it will be a challenge for the Pirates. Of course, I think Rockport's got the talent. Like I said before, they've got the shooting and they got the two bigs on the inside. So it's just a matter of coming in and not making any mistakes and hitting on all cylinders and winning the game. So they're very capable of winning this game. But I think both teams, should it be one of those two teams, it's going to be a good first round because Rockport's good. I think they're better than what their seed predicts them, where they sit. I think they're a lot better than the playoff seeding. But this other team will also be very good. So first round, it will be a good one. And I'll let you guys know here on the Pirates Code once I find out who they will play and where that game will take place. So definitely we'll come back on in the over the weekend and talk a little bit more. Hopefully I'll have information on where the Pirate basketball team will play. But again, they are in the playoffs. And it was a great season for Coach Bates. Not the way I'm sure he wanted it, but very competitive in the district, always fighting for a district title. And that's all you really want, right? You want to win it, but you want your boys to go out there and compete. And they actually did that. Just fell short a couple of games. But nevertheless, the regular season's over now. Now you got to focus on the playoffs now, and this is a really good team that could go deep in the playoffs. They have the players. It's just a matter of getting out there and getting it done. So it's going to be a really good playoff run. Hopefully, the Pirates will win their first one and get a deep playoff run. So congratulations to Coach Bates on making the playoffs. And good luck as I think next week, sometime next week is when the playoffs will start. I also want to congratulate Coach Thompson and the Rockport-Fulton Pirates junior varsity basketball team for ending the season with a record of 21-6. They were 11-1 in district play, and they became district champs. And that's always positive because these are the future Pirates, right? You always want to see what the freshmen and these levels, underclassmen are doing, right? So this junior varsity, a lot of these guys will be back. They'll be up there next year with some of the varsity that'll remain and come back next year. And so when you have a junior varsity team that wins district and they have an overall record of 21-6, 11-1 in district play, man, it's got to be great. Coach Bates has to be feeling great with what his junior varsity underclassmen did. Some of these players will be up on varsity. Some won't be there 2-3 years. So again, when we talk about the future looking bright for Pirate basketball, this is what you see. You know, you always want to check out your underclassmen and then these guys, some of these guys would be on varsity, right? So they had a great season, district champs. You know, take that, continue to build on that for next year with what guys, because Coach Bates has some of these guys that when I will lose some seniors, obviously, and that'll be tough. But there is still some underclassmen that will be back next year with some of these JV mixed in. I believe that the Pirate basketball team will be good next year as well. So congratulations to Coach Thompson on winning the district in the junior varsity level, going 11-1 and 21-6 overall. Great accomplishment. Now we'll turn it over to our soccer programs, and we'll start off with our Pirates, our boys, the soccer team. Obviously, they're going into this, as you heard me say before, into this season with high expectations. District champs last year, definitely looking to repeat as district champs again this year. A little tougher district, maybe not as tough as it was last year, but they did move, playing some different teams this year that they did not play last year. So, we started off really good, but if you looked at the schedule and when we had Coach Elkins on, he talked about the bottom part of the schedule of the district is where it was going to get kind of challenging for the Pirates. And they played a game in on the 10th against Beeville, and that was their first district loss. We lost 3-1. A little surprising because I thought we would beat Beeville, but I didn't know how good exactly Beeville was. But to beat Rockport 3-1, it's a pretty good team out there. So we'll have another shot at them in a couple of weeks. So hopefully we can get the win. But Beeville did take the first win in the first meeting, 3-1. That was on the 10th of February. And then, of course, on the 14th, we played CC London. These two teams are teams that Coach Elkins had kind of marked that, they were going to be, they were good, tough programs. London defeated our Pirates 8-3. And so these are the two teams that'll give Rockport a challenge. Of course, Rockport will have an opportunity to come back and play both of these teams again later on down the road in district. So hopefully we can fare better. But those are the two losses that they have in district. So hopefully we still got an opportunity to make some noise, probably capture that district title, get ourselves in the playoffs and make some noise. But again, these two programs are really good up there with Rockport, Beeville 3-1 and CC London 8-3. So definitely I have it on my calendar to go out there and watch both or one of these games the next go around. I have it marked because I knew that these games, I've seen these boys play last year. They have a lot of talent here on our soccer team. So these other soccer teams are just as good. And I said early on, a couple earlier podcasts that if you're a soccer fan, boy, this is what you want to see. You want to see our Pirates win, right? But you want to see good competitive soccer, and this is what it's going to bring when you've got 3 or 4 teams in your district that can win on any given night. So obviously these two games did not go our way, but we've got another shot at them in a couple of weeks, and I know Rockport will be focused, and we'll be ready for them, and hopefully when it's all said and done, right, we'll get those 2 wins, and we'll see where the district title falls from there. But definitely, we've got 2 losses. I don't know what the actual record. I didn't write it down, but I know we've got 2 losses in district. And then of course our next game will be tomorrow versus Ingleside, and that should be a good one. So I think we've already beaten Ingleside the first go around, I believe. I'm not sure, but definitely they will be playing Ingleside tomorrow. Yeah, Friday, February 17th, we'll play Ingleside, I believe is what I have here written on my notes. So definitely it'll be a challenge for our soccer boys. As you can see, Beeville and London definitely will be tough, but we got another shot at them. So we'll see how that fares here in a couple of weeks. We did defeat, let me see. I might have this here on my notes. I do. We do play Ingleside at 7:30. Rockport did defeat Ingleside on January 17th, 5-3. So that was also a close game. So I anticipate that tomorrow's game is going to be another tough one. Hopefully our Pirates can come up with another win and sweep the series over the Mustangs. But we did take the win in our first meeting, 5-3. Now we'll go over to our Lady Pirates soccer team. It's been kind of a challenging season so far for our Lady Pirates. Our soccer, like last year, this team we lost a couple of seniors last year. If we didn't get to catch any of these games, some of the girls that we lost, I knew were going to be a big loss. We had some girls coming back, but we played CC London, and they on the 14th, and they took the win. They beat us 8-1. Our next game for the Lady Pirates will be tomorrow at Ingleside. That game is scheduled to start at 7:30. We played Ingleside on January 17th, and they beat us 2-0. So a very competitive game. So hopefully we can go down to Ingleside tomorrow night and get that win. But like I said, it's been a little challenging a year for our soccer girls here. I know we've got some young girls. I know some of the girls that are playing on the varsity. I know 1 or 2 that they're kind of young. So I'm assuming that the team might be a little young. But we're going into the second go around now. So, hopefully we can fare better the second go around than we did the first time around. But definitely, again, a tough district for both our boys and our girls. So still a little bit of soccer left to be played. We'll see where the chips fall for our boys and our girls in the next 2 weeks. We'll have more information. We'll have a better understanding if either one of our boys or girls will make the playoffs. So we'll turn it now over to softball. Of course, in baseball, the seasons are starting. For our softball, they had a couple of scrimmages. I heard that they were doing pretty good. I'm really excited about the girls' season. I've been watching these softball girls for quite some time now, really paying attention to them for the last 2 to 3 years. And I've said this before on the podcast. I'm seeing some talent. I followed the youth last year, and I get really excited. When I can see the young talent that we have here in our community, of what's coming up, of what we built in the last 2 years that I've been following this program. What I've seen from the girls. Some of these girls that are seniors, they were sophomores when I started watching them. And I was really impressed, even as these girls that are seniors now were sophomores, in what they could do at that level. So I'm sure they've gotten a lot better. So they had their first game on the 14th. They traveled to Kingsville. They took the big win over Kingsville, which was great to see. The Lady Pirates get that win over Kingsville on the 14th. Of course, they had a game today. I'm not sure exactly if they're done already and where they're at in that game. They're actually hosting a tournament here in Rockport. So they'll play, I think they had 2 games today. They'll play tomorrow, and then they'll end things on Saturday. And so I'm going to try to get out there. I'm not going to live stream, obviously, but this tournament, but I'm going to try to get out there once I get out of work, see if I can catch some of these games, if I can get up early enough just to kind of see some of these, because they do have some young girls that I didn't see the last 2 years. There's some there that I follow since they were sophomores, but we've got some new names out there that I have never seen play before. So I'm excited about seeing the younger girls get out there and play. And I'm really excited because if you've never been to a softball game, I mean, it's real competitive, especially when Rockport and Sinton play. It's always a battle. They got some studs out there, and Rockport's got some studs, and it's always very, very competitive, right? I mean, it's always good. I always enjoy the games. When we lose, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the game as much, right? But it's always great. You just never know who's going to get the win, just from start to end, it's just great to go out there and see. So I'm excited about the district when it comes up in a couple of weeks. Some really good teams, but I think Rockport will be right back in it like they always are, in the thick of things, competing for a district title. That's always fun to watch. So a lot of mixed. You got some girls. I don't know how many seniors they have on the ball club this year, but they've got a lot of experience as far as some of these girls who have played 2 to 3 years already under Coach Reyes, and then mixing in some of these younger girls. It's going to be really exciting to see how these girls develop throughout the season. And like I said, competing for a district title, it's always fun. You want to win it, but just being competitive, just getting in there and giving yourself an opportunity to get that district title. It's always fun to watch. And I think Rockport's going to be right there with the best of them in the district, trying to get that district title. So it's going to be a great season, and I can't wait to get out there and watch, and then come on the podcast and talk, and hopefully get some of these girls on the podcast to talk about the season, what their expectations are. And like I said, next week we'll send out an invitation to Coach Reyes. I didn't want to do it this week because I knew she had a game on Tuesday, opening, just starting off the season, and then she had to prepare for these games that were coming on. So hopefully they'll have another. Hopefully next week, we can get her in and have her come on this podcast and talk a little bit about her 2023 Lady Pirates softball team. So again, they're starting off great on Tuesday, getting a big win over Kingsville. This tournament, there's usually some good competition here. I'm not sure exactly all the teams that are going to be playing, but as I gather information, hopefully we did well today. And we'll do really, really well in this tournament. But all of this is just trying to get prepared for a tough district, because when these girls get into district, there'll be 2 or 3 teams in there. Ingleside is always tough. Calhoun's always tough. Sinton is tough. So these games that they're playing, it's all, you want to get the wins, right? But it's all in preparation to get the girls ready for the district when it rolls around here in a couple of weeks. So very excited. Can't wait to get out there and watch these girls play some softball. So it's going to be a great season. And then we'll turn it over to the baseball team. Of course, they've been scrimmaging. They scrimmage Veterans Memorial. I'm not sure exactly how that went, but the first game of the 2023 season starts on Thursday. That's on the February 23rd. They'll be playing in the Sinton tournament. Always some good teams out there. They'll play, if I saw the schedule correctly, and this hopefully is correct, I'm not sure, but this is what I saw. They'll be playing Goliad on the 23rd at 11:15 a.m. All this takes place in Sinton, and they'll play another game on the 23rd versus Canyon Lake. That'll be at 1:30. So on the 23rd of February, they have 2 games, 11:15 a.m. versus Goliad, and then at 1:30 p.m. versus Canyon Lake. And then they'll come back for 1 game on the 24th versus Robstown. That'll be a morning and 9 a.m. game. That'll be an early game. That'll be the only game they'll have on the 24th. And then on Saturday, 25th, they'll go up against Flower Bluff at 3:45 p.m. So this is really good. Last year, I think if memory serves correct, they didn't get to finish out that term. The weather was bad. So I don't know if they even got a game on, but I know that I don't believe that they played the full tournament due to the weather. So hopefully this go around, they'll be able to play the full schedule. These are good teams. Flower Bluff, obviously they've scrimmaged them already here in Rockport, but Robstown, Canyon Lake, not sure much about Canyon Lake, but Robstown's always really good. Goliad, I'm not sure. So Coach Elizondo actually, getting these games to prepare his boys for the district, which will be another, just like the girls, it's a very competitive district. The boys play in. And so, a lot of these guys that Coach Elizondo's got coming back have been with the Pirates here for this is the third year. A lot of these guys, I saw them on varsity at the varsity level when they were just freshmen. And you could see then that, you can see, man, this is going to be an exciting team. And then you saw them in their sophomore year and now in their junior year. So there's a lot of underclassmen, but they've been under this program here. This is their third year. So there's a lot of leadership, a lot of experience, a lot of people, a lot of kids that we have on this team that know how to win, that can help the younger groups, the younger kids that are just maybe first year on varsity. There's a lot of experience there that they can lean on and really help build our younger group in there. And I'm really excited about our pitching. As I said, our pitching, we lost our 4 pitchers that were seniors. So that's always a big hit for our program, because when you lose 4 seniors who were pitchers, obviously, it's a hit. It's going to be a challenge, right? Because you just can't pick right up where you left off. But I did see some younger pitchers in the non-district last year that I was really excited about. And I've actually talked to Coach Elizondo about some of these guys, and he was excited about seeing what they could do. So I think we're going to be in good shape as the season progresses. There's a lot of talent there. So I'm looking forward to seeing these younger pitchers and seeing what we're going to do this year, mixed in with some of our guys that this is their third year on varsity that I think are going to do really good. The infield is going to be really good defensively. And then, of course, offensively, I think we're going to be hitting the ball. So it's going to be another tough district. Sinton, the state champs, are in our district. But I've always said, man, when you get an opportunity to play the state champs twice in district, man, that is great. If I was playing, I'd want to play against the best. Whether you win or lose, I've always said you can learn something when you play a team like that. And I think we're learning and we're building. And I was really excited with what I saw last year from this baseball team getting into that third round. It's been a very successful, I think, 2-year program with Coach Elizondo. I mean, he's been here, but as the head man, I think this is his fourth a third full year that he'll be the coach here, and he's done a great job, I think, with our baseball team, and I think we're going to be able to build on that this year. Hopefully, get back into the playoffs and get back to that third round, and maybe hit another round, getting to the fourth round. We'll see what happens, but definitely there is some leadership, there is some experience that he can lean on this year, and like I said, just really excited to see our young pitchers and see what we're going to do this year. So I think this baseball team is going to be good for quite some time. So when you look at our baseball and softball teams, I think we're in good hands. And as long as we continue to build, man, we're going to be competing for district titles. And as a fan, as a Pirate fan, that's all you can ask for, right? Go out there, cheer our programs on, and let's just go out there and compete for a district title. Let the chips fall where they may, and hopefully, when it's all said and done, we bring those district titles home. So, real excited about where we're at right now. Baseball season starting soon, and then of course our softball team, our softball season just started this week. So a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully we can get those coaches in and some players as well. Hopefully they'll come in and talk a little bit about their program. So really excited about that. And then we'll end it with our powerlifting. The powerlifting team, they placed, I think it was 5th and 6th at the Beeville Invitational. Steely Snyder, our girls, I believe I've got this right. Steely Snyder, Summer Garcia, and Cheyenne Martinez all qualified for regional. So that's a lot of fun, man. We could not, this year we couldn't actually go out there and stream those meets, but last year, I think we're doing really great with our powerlifting teams. Coach Robbins and his wife, Robbie and Amanda. I think they do a great job of preparing our lifters, our girls and boys. It's just exciting, right? Where we have been. And already having a female state champ, and we'll see what these 3 ladies can do. But really excited, right, as we get to regionals and see, where we're going to place, where our boys are going to place, and where our girls can place. It's always a lot of fun, man. When I first started talking about powerlifting, I didn't think it was, well, we're going to do it, but I don't know if I'm really going to enjoy it. I really didn't know much, and I still really don't know much about how it goes, other than I go back through my podcast and I listen to when we interviewed Coach Robbins and how it all works and how it's all set up. But I tell you, man, it grew on me really quickly. I really like it. I see videos of it. It's a lot of fun. I think if I've never been to an actual meet where I could sit the whole day and watch lifters, but man, it is exciting. It's exciting, and it's exciting to see our lifters get up there. That to me, that's a lot of work that you put in. I think they get in there early in the morning, and to be able to get to a level of regionals or state, it doesn't start in one year. You're pushing yourself the whole school year. You're in the weight room consistently, and it's just not how strong you are. But there's a lot that goes into powerlifting. But I think, like I say, we've got great coaches who teach these boys and girls how to properly lift and how to get yourself in a position to get into regionals or get into the state meet. So I think we're in good hands with Coach Robbins, and it's just exciting to see what the boys and girls are going to do this year. So hopefully we can get some of the girls in as well. And I got an invitation for Coach Robbins as well to come in and talk about the our lifters and what we're doing with the program. So yeah, that it's just an exciting time here. And like I said, we have it's taken some time because I wish I could spend more time. I do spend a lot of time doing this, right, and trying to get out to the live streams. But it gets a little difficult with the schedule and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way I like for it to. So I've had to kind of take a little step back and slow it down a little bit and kind of look at everything and get things situated to make sure that we can do our podcast, get it out, get the interviews when we say we're going to do that, get out there and still find time to live stream those games, get out there early enough. And so there is a crew that we put together that are going to come in and help as well. So hopefully once we start that live streaming, we can continue to live stream that every game. Come in there, not only do the live stream, but come in here and do these podcasts that we do to interview our coaches, which I think is very important to give them an opportunity should they want to come on and talk about their program and what they see, because they see a lot of things that we don't see, right? We just see what's on the field, but we don't really talk a lot about the work that's put in to see what they do on a softball field or a baseball field or a football field or soccer or in the gym and volleyball or basketball. I mean, these are all of the things that are never really talked about, right? What we see in the game is great, but the work that these kids put in the off season, or the coaches, when they're working, when it's real quiet and the season's over and we wait for next year, right? They go right back to work the very next day. I mean, they don't get no time off. I mean, they're working for the next year already. Those are the things that aren't talked about. And that's why I love bringing coaches on to give them an opportunity to ask questions, to give them an opportunity to talk about the work that they put in, or to talk about some of their kids, because the coaches see what the community does not see, right? So to get an opportunity to kind of shine some light on the players or the lifters, whatever it is that we're talking about, and give an opportunity to talk about what they see, the work that they put in, and the results that we're seeing when they get on the field and stuff. So it's great to bring the coaches in should they want to come in, and then give the players also an opportunity to come in. It's a platform that they can come in and talk also about, the expectations they have, and talk about the work that they put in as well. It's real quiet, but to be out there, to be the best, to win a district title, to go 3-4 rounds in the playoffs, a deep playoff run. There's a lot of work that gets put in there. And I just want to give them an opportunity to come out should they want to and talk about all of that work that they put in, right? So that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue. It's going to get built the right way, and it's going to be better and bigger than ever. I can guarantee you that. And getting the right people to help me to come in here and get this right. I have a vision, right? And it's a little hard to get to get that vision out and going, but you got to explain to people, let people know what your vision is, get the right people to come in here that share that vision and help you want to build it up. And once we get that going, then we're going to make it really, really big, and it's going to be good. I can guarantee you, and you guys are going to like it. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of work that I put in. I sit here sometimes 8, 9, 10 hours, but I love every bit of it. Get a little tired from time to time, but get some rest. I'm back up the next day ready to go. But I'm excited about what I do. I think it's a lot of fun. And hopefully, we can continue to give this platform. It can grow and give here our Rockport-Fulton Pirates a platform where they can come in and talk and give our coaches an opportunity to talk to the community and let them know the great athletes that we have here at Rockport. That's what this is all about on the Pirates Cove. So that will conclude the podcast for this evening. I just wanted to come out and like I said, just kind of briefly talk about this. I had this yesterday and I wanted to come on yesterday, but it got a little late. I couldn't get it out yesterday, so I already had my notes done. So I said I'll just do it on Thursday. But I will be back next on the weekend. There are games being played Friday. So once I get those results, hopefully by Friday night, late or Saturday morning, once I get all the results and I get everything put in on my notes, I'll be back on over the weekend. Saturday, at some point on Saturday, won't be Sunday, but Saturday, I'll be back on. And then, of course, I'll kind of give you the results of what we did on Friday night. So be prepared for that. Be looking out for that podcast. It'll come out on Saturday. It'll be out Saturday night. I'll upload it or Sunday sometime during the day, but it will come out over the weekend. So I'll be looking out for that. And like I said, it's been great. You can catch the video on our Pirates Cove Facebook and Twitter page, but you can also catch the audio version on Anchor or Spotify. It's also there. So if you're commuting at work and you got Spotify in your vehicle, just hit the GT Sports. It's got like a little football. And all of the episodes go there to all the Pirates Cove, all the grid, everything that I do goes in there. So you can catch the podcast when you're commuting back and forth, wherever you're going, you can hear us on audio and you can catch the video on our Pirates Cove Facebook and Twitter page. So thank you very much, man. This video will be uploaded here in about an hour and then be looking out for the weekend. We'll talk about the results of what we did on Friday. Probably wait till Sunday because the girls tournament, softball tournament will not end until sometime Saturday. So I'll wait to get the results. Now that I'm thinking about it, on Saturday will be their last game. So I'll hopefully get the results by Saturday, sometime evening or Sunday. And then I'll get all my notes and then put a podcast together on Sunday and have it out sometime before Sunday ends. So be looking out for that over the weekend. We'll talk about everything that happened with our softball tournament this weekend and then all of the games that were played on Friday. So tune in for another Pirates Cove podcast on Sunday. And then, of course, we'll start having the interviews next week on Monday. I've already sent out some to some of the coaches. I do got some of the players. I just got to work on some questions to send out to some players. But we'll start having all of those, some coaches and players, hopefully next week, should they accept the invitation. So tune into that, and we'll continue to talk Rockport-Fulton Pirate sports here on the Pirates Cove. Until Sunday, man, have a great night. Peace out, and I'll talk to you guys later.